So this is how Eunice's sideboard for game 2. He's brought in Terminus, Baneslayer, and Threads. Are all pretty obvious inclusions.
Yeah, I think you're playing creatures, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
you want all 3 of those cards.
Yeah. And out comes Stifle. I've got no fetch lands.
Yeah, I mean Stifle's a marginal card anyway. It's somewhere between your 59th and 60th card.
Yeah.
If you're playing it in the main at all.
Yeah. Spell Snare comes out. Interesting. I've got lots of 2-drops.
Yeah, I would. I think I would personally not be taking Spell Snare out here. I'd opt to take one of the more expensive counters out.
He's also brought out Crucible, which is fine. Like I've got Armageddon and Ravagers of War, but they're only 2 cards in my 60, so.
Yeah, it's sort of the 26th land in any deck like this, Crucible.
Yeah.
Card's obviously quite strong, but it does have good and bad matchups.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so let's see how I sideboarded. I've brought in like a couple disenchant effects against his moat, and if he brings in control magics or shackles.
Sure. It's a very handsome picture, I must say, as well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I look a bit younger there. That hat didn't take me long to make, actually. I should make another one. Yeah. Thalia was in the board because it's just bad against aggro decks.
It's bad in the mirror?
Yeah, it's bad in the mirror and against Zoo. And it makes my Geddons and stuff cost 1 more, but against Eunice, he's got so many non-creatures that it's just excellent. And out come my 2 removal spells, Swords and Path. So Eunice bringing in Baneslayer makes Baneslayer a lot better.
Yeah, you sort of, marginally next level you there, depending on whether he actually sees the Baneslayer or not.
Yeah.
I think you've still got Unexpectedly Absent,
Oblivion Ring.
So there are ways to answer it, but obviously quite a blowout if these are the cards you need to win that game.
Yeah. Even like Soul of Temptation, like he might have had that. I know he doesn't, but
yeah.
Yeah. Mother of Runes comes out because I can't really afford to just hold up Mother the whole time into Supreme Verdict and Wrath.
Yeah, so it just becomes a 1 for a 1/1.
Yeah, which is not good value.
It's not necessarily as efficient as you'd like.
No, and Linvala comes out. He's got no dudes that I want to shut down. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been worth considering whether you actually take Linvala out or not, given that is one of the only creatures you have that can attack over a moat.
Yeah, that's a good point. Alternatively, I could have brought in Dawn Elemental with strict upgrade.
Dawn Elemental would have been interesting.
Or just take out a different card. That would be
Yeah. Although I think the main deck's fairly tight, and you don't really want to take out your aggro plan too much.
No.
So.
Yeah. All right. So let's go on to the game 2. Round 2. What you gonna do? Eunice is on the play. I have Skullclamp, Leonin Arbiter, Soltari Priest, 2 planes.
I believe you have a Porcelain Legionnaire in there.
I have a Phyrexian Revoker, which could name that Sensei's Top that he's just played. So I play Clamp first to make sure it doesn't get countered by like a mana leak or whatever on turn 2. Clamp is just game over.
It's just a nut.
Yeah, if it's unanswered, it's over.
It's interesting because I found it a lot less good than I have in the past in my most recent deck. I'm on the borderline of actually dropping it altogether because it's not good for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, so I've drawn Izamaru. I've also got a Porcelain Legionnaire in hand. So I'm choosing which 2-drop that I at least want to resolve because he's presenting counter magic.
Yeah, I would think that the monk is a good choice here.
Priest.
No,
monk. You're right.
Monk,
You're right. Yeah.
The evasion's not necessarily that useful here, and it does to cut the skull claim just as well as most things.
Yeah. It's good against. I haven't got my 3rd land drop, so I did want to play 1 toughness 2-drop so I could clamp it if it resolves. It's a Eunice is just in a moat with his top, so he didn't counter my priest. The mono black claws on priest is only relevant for like dismember, I think. We haven't spoken about Eunice's hand. He's got Gideon from the game 1, Day of Judgment. That's a plains, I believe.
Some quick shuffling. A Snapcaster Mage is in there somewhere.
I think I saw an island, perhaps. Alright. Can't see that topping in the cam, but that's okay. So my plan next turn would be to bash with the priest and clamp it and try and draw my third land.
Yeah, I mean, you've got an Armageddon hand here, so
Yeah.
assuming that everything goes to plan and you can find some lands and resolve a
Yeah.
threat, casting out Armageddon or resolving it at least will win you the game.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, that Arn that I thought was in Use's hand is actually a Mana Drain proxy.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to commend Eunice on his sweet lands here, actually. I'm a big fan of that cycle.
Yeah. What about mine?
Oh, well, good version. Yeah, good on you, Luke, you know.
Unhinged.
Yeah, Unhinged is pretty sweet as
Yeah,
well.
Unblue's better.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of both. I don't own either. I'm on one of those Zendika lands, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I got those Unhinged lands before they were cool.
Before they were cool?
Yeah. Like,
was that just before they were printed?
That's true. They're always cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, like now they're fucking $5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm running out the Arbiter. I drew my third land, so I don't have to clamp my priest just yet. So I'm clamping the Arbiter to play around Wrath.
Yeah. So presenting a little bit more power on the board, and you know, if he writes next turn, which is not, you know, it's not something that he shouldn't do. But if he does, you're right back in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So he didn't have the counter spell. Did he top end of turn?
I don't believe that he did. He topped main phase, so he wouldn't have seen any extra cards.
Yeah. So he didn't want to rearrange his order.
So here's the moat.
Here's moat, which shuts off both my guys. So I'm probably gonna have to clamp out of the moat. Just imagine like some soldiers climbing out of a moat with a clamp. I don't know how that works.
Just like, no, we'll kill our way out.
Sack each other. Eat each other's minds. Alright, so I'm drawing more lands, which just get my exponential clamp growth going with the lands.
Sure.
Another shadow guy.
Obviously got the mana to Armageddon at this point, so you just being up on cards here is really quite ridiculous. So you can do something like you can Armageddon into playing your Samari next turn, and obviously that doesn't answer the moat, but because you'll have a draw engine and he won't, he'll be in a much worse position.
Yeah. Or I could just, well, now he's got the Elspeth, so
the Elspeth's pretty bad for you.
Yeah. He's going to be able to, if I can't get in now, I think I'll be too far behind.
Yeah, no, this changes the maths on that.
Yeah. There's both my shadow guys in the graveyard. They're actually quite good against shackles.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, just as a side note.
Because you can't, it can't be blocked.
Yeah.
Can't block your own guys.
So I'm drawing Jide. Imagine Jide's only purpose would be to finish off an X2 that's been clamped.
Sure.
If I can get counters on the Jide.
Yeah, I mean that would be the struggle.
Yeah.
So basically, you'll have to dig into a flyer here.
Yes. Yeah. Or Oblivion Ring for the moat.
Yeah.
Or Unexpectedly Absent.
Something.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Eunice has missed his 5th land drop, despite his ability to top. Although, yeah, I mean, I think he's made the right play here. I think hitting moat into Elspeth is so powerful.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hitting your lands is sort of irrelevant in comparison.
Yeah, so I'm digging more. I think my Spectral Procession, that's a good one.
And Armageddon.
Yeah.
So you got Armageddon and Ravages. So.
Yeah. So I don't play the Spectral because I haven't got the land.
Phyrexian Revoker naming Elspeth is also good
also a good one. But now he's got Geddon.
I imagine that he's going to Wrath here.
Yeah.
Wrath the board because that's.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now. I played around Day of Judgment on turn 3 when I equipped the Arbiter.
Sure.
And then I think I spaced on the fact that he probably has Wrath in hand at this point.
Sure.
If I had remembered, I probably would have put Clamp on the Arbiter.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think you need to force him to do it.
Yeah. For when I cast Spectral.
Yeah, for when you do any number of things, I think you do have Spectral Possession in hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your Spectral plus equipment is, obviously quite powerful and something that can dig you out here.
Yeah, Spectral Clamp has won me so many matches over the years.
Sure. It's easy to see why.
Yeah. Eunice has got a sweet soldier token. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Do you know where that's from?
It's unglued again, right?
Ah, yeah, sure. I
Yeah.
wasn't around back in the day, so.
Yeah, I should get him for my own Elspeth. I remember going, oh, I'll reach in to give him my soldier tokens, and then I was like, oh no, that will reveal that I also play Elspeth. But he had his token anyway, so.
I think you'd be hard pressed to think that anyone playing mono white would not also be playing
Yeah,
Elspeth.
definitely, yeah. So I got plenty of gas. Mental misstep can protect my something. I don't know, in case he draws.
Your wizards.
Yes, or if he EAs for one to kill my clamp or something.
Some of your powerful magi.
My powerful spirits. I probably shouldn't have clamped that first spirit.
Yeah, I think that was a little loose.
Yeah.
I don't think you really needed the cards at this point.
No.
And they're always available.
Yeah, I just wanted threats to kill that Elspeth.
I think that running out your Jide or your Sword of Fire and Ice that you have in hand, might be more powerful. The sword's obviously quite strong here if you can get it on a spirit, because it means you can start shooting down the soldier token every turn from the Elspeth.
Yeah. I just gotta hope he taps out so the sword's safe. So you got Gideon as an option. He's currently got 5 lands. Is that correct?
That's what I think. He missed on 4, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So he's making dudes. Chose not to jump. I'm not sure. I think he should have jumped, considering he's got moat.
Yeah. It depends. It gives him protection if his moat happens to die, and he's really under no clock right now.
Yeah.
Well, not a major one on the 18 life, and you only have 2 spirits.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright, so down comes Gideon, so it makes my sword a bit worse.
Yeah, I mean, here comes Gidfather, but he has tapped out, so you do have the opportunity to resolve Geddon or the sword or something like that.
Yeah. Let's see what I go for.
Although I would think that resolving Geddon here would be very risky, because you're definitely behind on board.
Yeah. So
let's see if you reach the same conclusion on the day.
Yeah, I've also got a Thalia in hand. That's another decent option.
Okay, it doesn't look like you have.
No, I play land first. I wonder why. I'm getting greedy. I'm going Jide. Okay.
Well, I mean, I suppose you get one hit with the spirit with the Jide. You kill both soldiers. The Elspeth on the back foot.
Yeah, Jide is better than Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it does more physical damage.
It does more actual damage. I mean, I think that either are fairly acceptable. The sword does less board impact, but draws you cards. So.
Yeah, I'm not actually hitting him though, so I won't get.
Oh right, it won't trigger. Sorry,
I'm hitting Gideon. Yeah.
Here I am sounding foolish. Yeah, much better. Well played, Luke.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, so I'll shoot the turn. Alright. What's Eunice want? Eunice wants another Wrath, probably. He's got Trinket Mage. What else? Ah, hand face down. Come on, Eunice. Let's see the goods.
Starting to become a sort of very complex game state.
Oh yeah. Double Planeswalker.
3 pieces of equipment on your side.
Global enchantments.
Yeah.
Is it actually a world enchantment on the? I think it is, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think it is that old.
If you played a second world enchantment, they would kill each other or kill one of them.
Something like that. Yeah. It was basically whatever ended up being plane chase.
Yeah.
More or less, it's that whole concept.
Yeah.
Having something that affects the way you play the game.
Live in a
Which is kind of cool to me.
Yeah. So I don't mental misstep the top. I suppose all I really care about is swords or path on my equipped guy. So.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Hopefully I instantly let it resolve and didn't even indicate that I
had the misstep.
Yeah. Can't really tell from my face. So it's got threads, sort of fire and ice. It's not on the dude, so it's not gonna stop that. I can just move my
This is
equipment over.
the top of his deck.
Oh,
From the
with the top.
Sensei Divining top.
Yeah.
So I imagine that
And
he'll
he hasn't got
probably.
double blue either.
I imagine that he'll probably top for the Scalding Tarn, and then crack the Scalding Tarn, and then fetch the Sensei's Divine top off the Trinket Mage in his hand.
Okay, yep, that's a good line.
Fairly card efficient.
Yep. So he's going for the third soldier, still not jumping, which makes sense considering I have Jide. Actually, no, he'd rather me burn the Jide counters so he can keep his Planeswalker for longer.
Yeah. You're still a turn off killing Gideon, so
Yeah.
actually no, you're not.
Well, next
plus two from the sword will actually kill it. So
I currently
we'll see if he notices that.
I've got 8 power total, or 9 if you count clamp.
Yeah, because clamp can hit the spirit once the sword's already on without killing it. So.
Yeah. So it looks like Gideon's gonna die.
You're gonna die, Gideon.
Yeah, and then I'll be able to race the Ellsworth. So I'm probably gonna kill Gideon and Geddon, and then it's over.
Still waiting on units finally resolving his Sensei's Divining top. So I imagine because this is a fairly casual event, you don't really mind here.
Yeah.
Putting an Elspeth token to play halfway through this.
Yeah. He hasn't got a Scalding Tarn, actually.
He doesn't?
No, it's a Darker Wastes.
Okay.
Foil 7th Ed, very pimp. Very nice.
Yeah, that's a reasonably powerful way to play the game.
Well, Cryptic Command, but no blue up, so...
Yeah, he's only got 2 blue anyway.
What is he just rearranging again?
Yeah, Eunice is applying for a doctorate in indecision here.
I can just hear his voice. Oh, sorry, bro. You know. Yeah, like it's alright. Alright, so he's drawing his second blue, so he can either thread something or no, threads is on top of his deck, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's going to trigger mage, I imagine.
I think the trigger mage line is pretty good actually. It depends if he wants those other cards.
Oh, is that a Snapcaster?
Yeah, I think he's got one.
Yeah, it is. Or Snappy, I think. Yeah, it is. But only Dave Judgment in the graveyard.
Sure.
I think.
Sure. He's got enough mana to do it now. So if he wanted to sweep next turn, he could.
Yeah. Alright, so he's passed the turn. Here I go. I'm wondering whether to put sword on the Jade dude or the non-Jade dude. It's relevant for
if he has like swords of plowshares or something like that. I mean, obviously you have the mana misstep protection. But...
Yeah. If he has like a bounce for one of the dudes.
Yeah, a repeal or a what's the new card called? Unexpectedly absent would be quite bad for you here. So.
Yeah, I meant in terms of the blue protection. So if I put the sword on the creature, he has to repeal the sword.
Not the creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he allows you to resolve it. Of course, if he was to repeal the token in response, you could just simply re-equip to the next guy.
Exactly.
And that plus the skull clamp would be enough to kill Gideon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I think I was fishing for that. So I'm playing around unexpectedly absent here. Alright, Bash and Gideon.
And as we all
Down
know,
he goes.
As we all know, it's always good to diversify your bonds.
Yes. Well, I haven't got that far in life. Yeah. One day.
That's a correct age advisors.
Did you go see him?
No, I missed tickets.
Road is a War, floating 1, Mana Drain.
Mana Drain.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot he had it in hand because of the proxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The blowouts, the sweet blowouts.
Yeah.
So he's operating on quite the mana efficiency next turn.
Yeah, he's got lots of mana. He's got Trinket Mage to sink it too. May not have the blue for the Cryptic though. Alright, so I've still got 1 floating and I haven't played my land for the turn. So So what I could cast my Thalia, or I could clamp. I could eat with clamp. That's what I'm going for. So kill my own Izamaru, draw 2 cards.
I think that was a good play.
Yeah, he's got Moat in play. So
You get rewarded. Find the Restoration Angel.
nice. So got the flyer. Yeah. So he's got Day Judgment in hand, so you could Day next turn, and then I've got my Resto to follow up.
Got Snapcaster Day. Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking. I'm wondering whether to play the land into my next turn Armageddon. Do I have Armageddon in hand? I do.
You
yeah.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably giving up a lot of information if your opponent's paying enough attention.
Yes. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great point. Ideally, you should never pause. Obviously, you can't because we haven't got that processing power.
Sure. Yeah. When you sink some time into stuff, it's got to be appropriate.
Yeah.
There's some things that it's worse to make the correct decision over a long time than to make worse than making a less efficient decision quickly and not giving up that information.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I spent my floating mana to equip the clamp and just play my extra land into get in. I think I'm drawing so many cards that I figure I can just draw extra lands.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue. I think you made the right call there.
Yeah.
It's more about having the land drop than not.
Yeah. All right. So Elspeth up to 9. As a Jine kind of makes the indestructibility clause not that important.
Yeah, the indestructibility on Elspeth was never a big deal. I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Her main power is that she protects herself. Both abilities, plussing her.
Yeah.
Starting at 4 loyalty, she's quite hard to kill.
Yeah. I remember drawing her during this match, or maybe it was during the GB Highlander, and because I've been playing so much Elspeth Sun's Champion from Standard, I had to pause for a second.
It's like I only get one soldier, right?
Yeah. Imagine that. Alright, so Eunice is having a think. These are taking long turns.
The going into the tank mirror.
Yeah, totally. There's a chance I'm going to have to edit a bunch of this. I don't know. Depends how good quality our banter is, I suppose.
Yeah. Are we entertaining?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Gladiator, Theros theme, I don't know. Something like that.
Man, that movie is sweet.
Yeah.
Should watch it when we do our next draft.
Yeah, or I could use it as my like a filler video in the future if I don't go to 5 games each round or something. Checking my phone. What am I looking up? Oracle text? I'm just texting rudely mid-match. That's another thing about League. Because, there's no judges hovering around, you're not timed. If someone calls you, just take the call.
Take the call, yeah. So we're getting his flirt on with someone. some lucky Sheila.
Yeah. Be like, oh, that's my hand.
Readjusting the camera?
I think I'm trying to focus the camera, yeah. It's because I'm still bumping the camera. I've borrowed a big tripod from a friend, so now we will not have that issue in future videos.
Yay!
Yay! Also ordered a microphone online, so that can fix the audio. So you will no longer hear the kettle in the background when my housemates are boiling the kettle.
Actually, that happened to us on The Wizards of Oz. Rangor's housemate was making food in the next room, and he bought a microphone which was so sensitive that it could hear it clearly. It was much better than human ear. This microphone.
Mistake. You want microphones that only pick up the voice.
Exactly. Yeah. He ended up finding the settings to make it work, but it was quite funny for a while there.
How high can Elspeth go in counters? I've forgotten whose turn it is.
I believe it's Eunice's turn. He's just tried to fly a token, in which case, and you responded by killing it.
Killing the Jedi, okay. Glad you're on top of things.
I hope I am.
Yeah. Alright, so 2 blue and 2 white. Not enough blue for cryptic. Oh, rearrange. Oh, okay,
He
so
does have enough for cryptic.
he's got an option
Off
for
the
cryptic. Yeah.
off the little.
Or he's going to go with the line I predicted earlier, which is Snapcaster Day, which he is. No,
It's got Trigger Mage.
Okay. What are his other targets? He's got Sensei's Top. He's got like artifact lands.
He can go get engineered explosives, which seems like it might be the play here.
E for 0.
Yeah, that's a bit of a blowout. Of course, you draw a couple of cards off it. So you're not actually in a bad position if he goes and does that.
Yeah, unless he wants to E for 1 and then Snapcaster Day. What's he going for? Looks like 0. Otherwise, he would have tapped his mana.
Theoretically.
Yeah. If he went E for 1, I could have mental misstep. But he doesn't know that, so irrelevant.
Yeah, there's some interesting situations you can come to with engineered explosive because you can pay X for any amount. So if he wants to cast it with 1 counter and pay 2 white for it, you can't mental misstep it anymore.
Yeah. It's very relevant in Highlander. It's good to see type plays when people play around.
I was doing some testing for Modern with Dan Unwin.
Yeah.
And he cast engineered explosives for 10 or something.
There's similarly like Spell Snare and Chalice in the Void, 2 other ones that
you can do that, yeah.
Right,
so he's cracked it.
He's bloated in his turn. Okay.
And so it leaves him with the Trigger Mage, and you with 2 extra cards.
And he's got a jumping Elspeth.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah, so he can jump the Trigger Mage with Elspeth, but he traded in, his soldier tokens as well.
Yeah. Alright, so
mental misstep the Sensei's Divining Top in the end of his turn.
Finally, yeah. So now I guess I'm not so scared of Swords and Path. So I slap it down.
I think at some point you're just allowing him too much card manipulation by allowing him to continually have it. So I agree with that decision.
So I've drawn a Pearl after he's E for 0. It's nice.
He's a pro Magic player.
Yeah.
Luke Morkay.
I'm really happy with how the gold sleeves look with those lands, actually.
Yeah, they look sweet.
Yeah. Thinking. So I reckon it's Restoration Angel, Armageddon.
Yeah, I would agree with that play.
Yeah.
I think you do it main phase as well because the Restoration Angel. I mean, obviously you have to if you're going to Armageddon, but
yeah, and then I'll probably just suit up the Angel and shoot the turn. Or drop another threat, maybe Thalia. Do I have enough mana to do that? I think I do.
Yeah, so you've got 8 mana, so 4 mana floating plus the Mox Pearl up. So I don't think you've made a land drop for this turn, so you could cast Thalia Restoration Angel if you wanted to, and totally lock him out of casting spells for the rest of the game.
That's probably the line. I think this is game over here. I can't imagine any units getting back from this. Alright, you go land Source to Plowshares. That would get him back.
That would get him back, but not if you have the Thalia play. Yeah,
good point. There she comes. Thalia, yep. And I'm gonna blink her.
You gotta get your value.
Yeah.
Whatever way you can.
Blink, hey, blinky bill. Fast turn. Brownie face from Eunice.
This is.
Terminus!
That's awkward for everyone involved.
Yeah.
It's possibly your worst draw ever right there.
Yeah.
It's a 6-cost spell, you don't get to miracle it.
Yeah. Is he wondering whether to scoop? I think it's scoop time.
Yeah.
I suppose he's on 16.
It's starting to be scoop still. But like, I think there's no harm in playing it out because if the game finishes, it's going to finish quickly. So.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so sort of Fire and Ice will do some work here.
Yeah.
Kill his Trinket Mage, draw you into small cards. You don't actually have a 3rd land drop here. Oh, sorry, a 3rd mana source to play.
No.
Which is the first time in a while, actually, after this ridiculous Skull Clamp game that we've had.
Yeah, Clamp. Like, Clamp did all that work, basically.
Yeah, Skull Clamp's not this game.
Yeah.
Obviously, your deck's got the tools in it to do the other stuff somewhere, but, you've gone.
Yeah, the density of 1 toughness dudes in my deck is high enough that I can just keep going until I run out of mana. Nope, got skills. Alright, so Sword of Fire and Ice.
We think it's Sword plus, well, it's a 2-cost equip plus the 1-cost equip.
I think I should have gone for Sword to get the card.
Yeah, I would have done
It's the
that.
same amount of damage, but I don't draw a card this way.
I also feel like you're missing by not clamping here.
I'll put in clamp on the resto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm missing out on damage. Unless I want to draw a 1-drop, but it's got moat, so I agree. Yeah. Yeah. So I should have put Fire and Ice on and probably clamp as well.
You've got a Savannah Lions in hand, so I wonder if that was something you wanted to play out.
Yeah, I want to play that so I can clamp it and draw more lands. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you don't want to be clamping the Thalia at this point.
No, she's staying right where she is. Yeah, there's the lines. Beta,
yeah.
it's the only one I've ever seen.
Beta English?
Yes.
Yeah. No, Dan's got a French beta.
Oh, nice.
Savannah Lions, yeah. That I was
French beta.
I was playing with it.
Was beta even printed in another league?
I don't know, it's Savannah de Leonis or something.
Okay, maybe it's just FBB, which is still sweet.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, strip mine, not so useful here.
Yeah, looking kind of awkward. As much as I love strip mine.
Yeah, so good. Maybe not as effective in Eunice's deck as it is in the Zoo decks, because Eunice still wants to hit his 4 and 5 drops.
Yeah, I mean it gives him a lock for the control mirrors, but I honestly don't think that control is a relevant matchup in this format right now.
Yeah.
We'll see what the changes do if taking points off time spiral helps.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. So I've been bashing Elspeth.
No, his lifetime's gone down. I think.
Well, Elspeth's on 2. Maybe I should be in bashing.
I'm not sure it is on 2. I think he might have just got rid of one of the dice. I'm not sure what he's doing with it. It's definitely been going up.
Okay.
Can't imagine how you would have done 7 damage or whatever. 7 or 8 damage or something to it.
He never negged it, did he?
He might have.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Interestingly enough, had he negged it, he would have been immune to the old Armageddon line because all his lands would have been indestructible.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So possibly the first time ever someone missed the ultimate on Elspeth to their detriment.
Yeah. I guess maybe he figured he'd counted the Ravages of War. I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I would forgive him for forgetting about Ravages, but it was Ravages that he counted, not the.
Well, I mean, you did happen to have both, which is I don't think I would be playing around you having both of them. But yeah. Interesting that it came up at all.
Yeah. Someone just pulling ahead with clamp and it was over once getting resolved.
Yeah, I think if you're being honest with yourself.
Yeah. He's got a flagstones himself, so that would have been nice.
A little bit of gun protection if you actually have it.
Yeah. There's been occasions where I'll have my own Leon and Arbor in play, and I'll get it, and I won't be able to find a land with flagstones. It's happened before.
Imagine that's somewhere in the realms of white people problems.
Extremely.
It's like, oh no, I can't go get a land when I've managed to resolve an Armageddon.
Yeah. On so many levels, I'm a white weenie deck.
Yeah. It's white people problems.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, this small interaction in my deck doesn't work, and by the way, I'm just gonna go eat a $20 dinner.
Yeah, I can't decide what to eat tonight. Moat's actually locking him out of the game here, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Might can shrug off Moat to a degree.
Yeah, you got some tools to get around it.
Yeah.
I know that my deck has some counter protection, but apart from that, it's fairly loose to it. So
right. Yeah.
I have, the one Vending Clique.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So
here we go.
Yeah. And that's the game, boys and girls.
Sweet. All right, so I'm up 2-0.
2-0 at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
These are best of 5, correct?
Correct. Best of 5. All league matches are. I wonder if the top 8 will be best of 5 as well.
I would hope so. I mean, you don't want to. I don't think I've ever played best of 7, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, all top 8 players have to be present for.
Oh, so it might be best of 3.
Perhaps, yeah.
It's interesting.
Time considerations.
Yeah. It's interesting that they changed the format of the Pro Tours. They were best of 5 top 8s, but now they've gone best of 3 until the final.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think maybe it's is it a time consideration thing?
Well, they come back on an extra day to do it. So they have all of whatever Sunday of the weekend it is to finish the top 8.
Yeah.
So I imagine that you could get it done, but I think it would probably be in response to viewer requests to hurry it up.
Yeah. Remember when, who was it? The world's guy, Ian Aga or something,
hmm,
and he did this thing, pile shuffle like 20 times.
it just took forever.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was pre or post the change from Eunice's hands just stopped. I think I'm tinkering with the camera settings. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I think you have some issues when you get into control mirrors and stuff like that, and things that run long, and things
Yeah.
that aren't particularly interesting to watch either.
Yeah.